Yeah, I've been railing on Washington since I got out. And it's not for litigious purposes. I didn't go to the news like, hey, a whistleblower is somebody who reports a problem from within the chain of command. Really, it's not up to you. It's called a jury. I'm a civilian. Frankly, there's no reason not to investigate other than, implicating yourself. I didn't do anything wrong. Accused of what? Oh, well, it's a good thing I investigated. There has to be, a expensive reason for this many idiots for this long, this far. Expensive in terms of man hours, but also there has to be a religious imperative. So it turns out they crippled a little girl, an expensive little girl. And I mean, what's the argument? Like, well, we do it this way. Well, if this is the only way you do it, you may as well have done it yourself. Some people call it Satanism, but I know how Islam works, and I debunked both of them. For Christian purposes, Christian terminology, you're a heretic and an enemy of the state. Wouldn't you like to not be those things anymore? So what Facebook does is they spill the beans, and then when you repost it, they act like you witnessed. And then when you're like, oh, it was Facebook, they act like it was the people on Facebook. They take a stock hit, they change hands, they do it again. And you're like, Facebook is being used for psychological experiments on people, and they're like, oh, another service we offer. When the New Testament was written, the corporation wanted to take down Rome. When Islam was written, they wanted to take down Christianity. It shouldn't work. I mean, on the round side of the planet, in reality, it doesn't work. And that's exactly how it works. A real corporation, I should be like, Your Majesty, you see what they're doing to these humans? Islam recognizes no distinction between church or state. It's corporate only. The flat earth, global imperialist, fascist colonial umbrella corporation. Playing a shell game, like moving money around, acting like it's all fixed. Mention the name of one company, they just happen to want it, and they hit them, and they're like, oh, now they hate you too. And they use various means of manipulation. Oh, did your insurance premium go up? Why? They send some schmuck to give you the bad news. Has no idea. Well, I investigate insurance fraud. I know how it works. I just happened to witness the one I was blamed for. One of, I presume, several I was blamed for. Must we guarantee the dollar in short futures for these people's children? If so, who says? Because I'm also a soldier. Oh, we can't Trumpy Barrett. There'll be riots in the streets. Do you have any idea what would happen if he was elected? And do you find another biker to run as VP? Another? Yes, I call my audience assholes because this is directed at Washington. Oh, we don't have to listen to this. Crimes against the state and humanity. We have invaded Iraq for less than this. Taking money from the people just to legitimize all the money you get on the side. You can't afford to listen to this. I support Joe Biden, and there's nothing you could tell me to change that, because no matter what he does, it wouldn't. If he does something bad, it wouldn't have been possible without Trumpy Bear. I'm sorry, Washington, not you. Those other assholes. This is how Islam works. The corporation manipulates the democracy, recognizes no distinction between church or state. So, legally, technically, qualifies as neither for purposes of constitutional protection. And you're either a slave of the prophet or the infidel. But prophet doesn't mean what you think it means. It's not just a money grab. Prophet is a professor, a philosopher, is unafraid to meet his gods. The military swore an oath to the Almighty God to preserve and defend the Constitution upon which your authority is based with their lives. That's a slew of philosophers at your disposal. Religion is a search for universal and eternal truth. It's not something you just pack up your kit and go home. It's a compulsion. It's an obligation for the rest of your life. And yeah, there's people who are so obsessed with money, they're like, my margins. Yes, there are people who will chase a dollar straight to their death. But, people who identify with this nation as a part of themselves, and vice versa, know that it's not just about getting money. It's also I mean, the government's job is to keep money, keep it spendy, not just generate wealth for our new owners. So when Daddy Warbucks chases that penny off a cliff, our job just got easier. One less fat cat tycoon. Now that money is circulated, IRS. I know that the Fed has dedicated some advanced theoretical trigonometry to figuring out how to quantitatively ease our economic situation. Donald Trump. Reagan blamed Donald Trump for getting him shot. This goes back to the trickle-down economics, which is communism. Use your AI. It's one post above this one. If you take your oath of office or service seriously, do whatever it takes, whether it makes you an asshole or not. Donald Trump instigated a bunch of woke mob zombies to attack the Capitol, and these are the same people now. Woke is bad. Telling me Dr. Rand Paul, with a snap of his fingers, couldn't parcel out a herd of Texas Rangers. Now, if they make the trip to D.C., they're going to see the job through. I have definitions for guidance for the IRS in matters of what constitutes a religion, a philosophy, a cult. Should we tax them? No need. But the problem is that a lot of so-called charitable NGOs don't qualify. There's no reason. I mean, just because you launder your money through some oblivious cattle, are they ready to kill or be killed for you to do that? That's a religion. The Christian church has to feed all these orphans. They're exempt. There's a big church in the middle of town. They're actually doing it. They're not going anywhere. Religion is a search for universal and eternal truth. It's not a scam to bamboozle people, declare bankruptcy backed in our population credit, using terrorism to reinforce the pyramid of guilt preventing anyone from taking action against the 30 years of school shootings, Uvalde. Now, that was months ago. Who cares? These homos are calling us crazy, Houston. Well, what does that mean? It means you're not a doctor. It means you're one of 4 or 5 levels of stupid. And they are. That's exactly what they're doing. You're either a slave of the prophet or the infidel. So what do? Persecute the homos? Queer! Get them! Well, it takes one to know one. But Islam is not a religion. mfrodeo.blogspot.com. My name is Noel D. Smith. It was kosher cuz I said it to your face.